Oh no. Emma, please tell me the earth is about to open up and swallow me whole. Did I really just say that? I was standing in front of that whole group of native speakers trying to be cool, and I said, I am a kitchen instead of I am in the kitchen.
Well, Max, I have to be honest with you. Unless you have a four-burner stove in your stomach, a silver fridge for a head, and you're currently hiding a toaster in your pocket, I think you might have made a tiny mistake.
It's not funny, Emma. They laughed. They actually, out loud, giggled at me. I could feel my ears turning red, then my neck, then my whole face. I just wanted to turn into a ghost and disappear right through the floorboards. I'm never speaking English in public again. Never.
Oh, Max, stop it right there. Hey, look on the bright side. At least you made them smile. You brought joy to their day. But seriously, put down the shame and listen to me. You're falling head first into the biggest, scariest trap of all.
What trap? The I sound like a total fool trap? Because I think I've already moved into that trap and started decorating the living room.
No, Max, I'm talking about the fear of being laughed at. This is the silent killer of fluency. It is the #1 reason why millions of brilliant students stop practicing English every single year. They aren't stopped by grammar, they are stopped by the fear of a giggle. But today, right here on this podcast, we are going to kill that fear for good.
Kill it? Like a monster in a movie? Wow, okay, I'm ready for that. Because right now, my heart is beating like a heavy metal drum, and I feel like everyone is looking at me.
Hello, everyone! A massive welcome back to Real Life English with Podcasts. I'm Emma, your partner in linguistic bravery and your guide to a fearless life.
And I'm Max, the man who once told a waiter in a crowded restaurant that he was pregnant instead of full. Yes, it happened. Yes, the waiter looked confused, and yes, somehow I survived to tell the tale.
We are so incredibly happy to have you here with us today. Listen, if you've ever stayed silent in a meeting or stayed quiet at a party because you were terrified of looking silly or sounding broken, then this episode is your medicine. We are going to perform a fear-ectomy today.
On this channel, we make English feel like a playground, not a scary courtroom where a judge is waiting to punish you for every wrong preposition. So, if you're ready to stop caring what the world thinks and start speaking your truth, hit that subscribe button right now and join our fearless global family.
We want to make this a safe space for everyone. So, let's start with a vulnerability challenge. We want to hear your most embarrassing English story in the comments. What did you say that made everyone laugh? Did you call your teacher mom? Did you say, I love beach, but it sounded like something else? Tell us everything.
Oh, I can't wait to read those. Seriously, guys, write them down. It makes me feel so much better to know I'm not the only kitchen in the world. It reminds us that we are all human.
That's the very first secret, Max. Everyone, and I mean everyone who has ever learned a second language, has made a fool of themselves. Even native speakers. We trip over our words. We say and we use the wrong names all the time.
Really? You guys laugh at yourselves too? I always thought native speakers were these perfect robots who never made a mistake.
Exactly. We aren't robots. The only difference is, when a native speaker makes a mistake, they don't think it's the end of the world. They don't go home and cry about it. They just say, oops, and move on.
I know you guys watching must be thinking, but Max, it feels so personal when they laugh at my English. It feels like they are laughing at my brain, my education, and my soul. I used to think the same thing. I thought their laughter was a weapon. But Emma taught me a completely different way to look at it.
That's right. It's all about the source of laughter. Most of the time, they aren't laughing at your intelligence, they're laughing at the situation. If a native speaker said, "I am a kitchen," people would laugh too. It's just a funny image. There's a massive difference between people laughing at you and people laughing with a funny moment.
So if I say something funny by mistake, the best thing I can do is just join in? I should just be the first one to laugh?
Precisely. If you laugh at yourself first, you take all the power away from the laughers. You aren't a victim anymore. You're the life of the party. You're the one who is confident enough to find the humor in the struggle.
Hey bro, explain it in simple language. How do I actually change my brain? How do I stop that automatic feeling of failure every time I miss a verb or forget a word?
That's exactly what we're unwrapping today. We've got 5 powerful psychology-based steps to turn your embarrassment into your greatest strength. We're going to turn you into a mistake magnet.
Stick around because Emma is going to share the time she tried to speak a foreign language while traveling and ended up accidentally offending an entire village's traditions.
Oh no, Max. Why did you have to bring that up? It was a disaster, but it taught me everything I know about bravery. Stay with us, family. It's about to get real. Okay, Max, let's get into the battle plan. We've talked about the fear, but now we need the tools. How do we actually handle that terrifying moment when our face turns bright red, our heart starts racing, and we hear people giggling at our English?
Yes, please. Give me the armor, Emma. I want to feel like a linguistic knight. What is step 1 of this master plan to stop feeling like a kitchen every time I make a mistake?
Step 1. You have to understand the spotlight effect. This is a psychological term that basically means we think we are at the center of the universe. Most language learners feel like everyone is staring at them with a microscope, just waiting for them to miss a comma or mispronounce a word. But the truth is, nobody actually cares that much.
Nobody cares? Emma, are you serious? It felt like the whole world stopped spinning and every person in the room was judging my ancestors when I made that mistake. I felt like I was under a giant burning spotlight.
In your head, yes. But look at it from their perspective. In their heads, they are thinking about what they want to eat for lunch, or they're worrying about an email they forgot to send, or they're wondering if they left the stove on at home. Your little mistake is just a tiny 2-second blip on their radar. They forget it before you even finish your sentence.
I failed miserably in the past because I would keep replaying my mistakes in my head for weeks. I would lie in bed at 3 a.m. thinking, why did I say sheep instead of ship to that tourist? Meanwhile, that tourist probably forgot I existed 5 minutes after our conversation.
Exactly. People are the stars of their own movies, Max. You are just a supporting character in their story. Once you realize that people aren't obsessed with your grammar, you feel a huge weight lift off your shoulders. So, relax.
That actually makes me feel so much better. If they don't care enough to remember, why should I care enough to be embarrassed? It's like being afraid of a shadow.
Precisely. Now, family, before we move to step 2, I have a quick question for everyone watching. Are you enjoying this energy? Are you feeling a little bit braver already?
Yes. If you're finding this helpful, do us a huge favor right now. Stop what you're doing and hit that like button. It helps other fearful speakers find our community. And if you haven't yet, subscribe to Real Life English with Podcasts.
We put our hearts and souls into these episodes because we want to see you succeed. By subscribing, you're joining a global family of thousands of people who are all learning to be imperfectly beautiful in English. So, come on in, the water's fine.
And don't forget to hit that bell icon. You don't want to miss our next confidence booster because we're going to be dropping gems every week. Okay, Emma, I'm focused. What's step 2?
Step 2 is my personal favorite, the so what strategy.
The so what strategy? Sounds a bit sassy, Emma. Are you teaching me how to be a rebel?
A little bit. Here's how it works. Every time you make a mistake and you feel that hot wave of embarrassment, I want you to ask yourself, so what?
So what if I use the wrong tense?
Exactly. Ask yourself, did anyone die? No. Did the bank lose all its money? No. Did the world stop spinning? No. Can you still breathe? Yes. You got your message across, didn't you? If you asked for a glass of water, but you said it with a funny accent, did you still get the water?
Yes, I did. I got the water and I didn't die of thirst.
Exactly. Most native speakers are just genuinely happy that you're even trying to speak their language. They aren't grading you like a scary high school teacher with a red pen. They are just trying to connect with you. Perfect English is boring, Max.
You're right. I used to think I had to be 100% perfect before I could open my mouth. I thought simple meant stupid.
Perfect is a prison, Max. Mistakes make you human. They make you relatable. They give people a reason to smile and help you.
Hey bro, explain it in simple language. Is it true that people actually like us more when we aren't perfect? Or are you just saying that to make me feel better?
It's a scientific fact. In psychology, it's called the pratfall effect. Research shows that people find you more charming, more likable, and more trustworthy when you make a small mistake because it shows you aren't a cold, perfect robot. It makes you one of us.
Whoa! So me being a kitchen or telling a waiter I was pregnant actually made me more charming? I must be the most charming man in the world then, because I make about 50 mistakes a day.
Maybe not charming in that exact moment, Max, but definitely memorable. You become a human being with a story, not just a textbook speaking machine.
I think so. Family, give us your opinion in the comments. Does it actually bother you when you hear a foreigner making mistakes in your own native language? Honestly, do you judge them or do you just try to understand them?
Usually, we don't even notice the grammar, right? We just focus on the eyes, the smile, and the meaning.
This is completely changing my perspective. I feel like I can finally take a full breath without worrying about my verbs.
Good. Hold on to that feeling, because in the next part, we're going to talk about the reframe. This is the secret to turning a laugh into a powerful lesson that you will never forget.
I love that. Don't go anywhere, guys. Stick around for part 3 because we're about to turn you into a fearless English warrior.
All right, Max, it's time to level up. Let's talk about step 3, the reframe. This is a high-level mental skill where you literally change the internal story you tell yourself about what just happened in a conversation.
Change the story. Can I change it to a story where I'm a genius and I didn't tell a group of strangers that I was a kitchen? Because that's a story I'd much rather tell my grandkids.
Unfortunately, Max, we don't have a time machine. What happened, happened. But you can change what the mistake means to you. Instead of your brain saying, "I'm so stupid, I'm a failure, I'll never learn this language," you reframe it and think, "Wow, I just discovered a specific gap in my knowledge, and now I can fill it forever."
Oh, So you're saying a mistake isn't a red mark on an exam paper. It's actually a free, real-time diagnostic test for my brain?
Exactly. Think about it this way. When someone laughs and corrects you, they are giving you a gift. Don't shrink away or look at the floor. Instead, smile and say, "Oh, thank you for catching that. I've been saying it wrong for weeks. I'll never forget the right way now." You basically just got a private, high-speed English lesson in the middle of a party for $0.
I know you guys watching must be thinking, but Max, it still hurts my pride. It's painful when someone points out my mistake in front of other people. Trust me, I've been there. But I realized that pride is the biggest enemy of fluency. Pride is like a big, heavy wall that blocks you from growing. If you want to be fluent, you have to let that wall crumble.
So true, Max. Pride keeps your mouth shut because it wants you to look perfect. But curiosity? Curiosity keeps your mouth open because it wants to discover how the world works. Choose curiosity over pride every single time.
You know, this reminds me of another Max disaster. A few years ago, I was trying to compliment my boss. I wanted to tell him he was a chief, a great leader. But instead, I accidentally called him a sheep. I looked him in the eye and said, "Sir, you are a wonderful sheep." I basically told the man he was fluffy and liked eating grass in a field.
A sheep? Max, did you ask him if he wanted some wool for a new sweater? That is absolutely hilarious. How did he react?
He laughed so hard he nearly fell off his expensive office chair. And here's the magic part. Because I laughed with him instead of getting angry or running away in shame, we actually became much better friends after that. It broke the ice. It made him feel like I was a real person, not just a nervous employee.
That leads us perfectly to step 4. Own the joke. This is the ultimate power move. If you are the first person to laugh at your own mistake, then nobody can laugh at you. They are laughing with you. You are the one controlling the energy in the room.
It's like a psychological shield. If I make a mistake and immediately say, "Wow, my English is having a very creative day today," or, "Oops, I think my brain just went on vacation for a second," it makes everyone else relax. They don't have to feel awkward for me because I'm not feeling awkward for myself.
Yes, it shows you have social intelligence. It shows you are confident enough to be imperfect. And let me tell you a secret, family. That kind of confidence is 100 times more impressive to a native speaker than perfect grammar or a fancy vocabulary could ever be.
Hey bro, explain it in simple language. Why do we feel so much pressure to be 100% perfect in a second language when we aren't even perfect in our first language? I forget words and make mistakes in my native language every single day.
It's because we link our language ability to our worth. We think, if I speak like a child, people will treat me like a child. But your value as a human being, your intelligence, and your character have absolutely nothing to do with your past tense or your prepositions. You are a brilliant person who is simply learning a complex skill.
On Real Life English with Podcasts, we want you to be proud of your mistakes. They are physical proof that you are out there in the world, living your life, taking risks, and pushing your boundaries. A person with no mistakes is a person who isn't growing.
Every time you make a mistake, survive it, and laugh about it, your bravery muscle gets a little bit stronger. Pretty soon, you'll be unstoppable.
I think so. Family, you should give your opinion in the comments right now. What is the one specific mistake you are most afraid of making? Is it a certain word you always mispronounce? Or is it a situation, like speaking on the phone?
I can't wait to read your responses. Honestly, just writing it down in the comments makes the fear feel so much smaller. It's like taking the monster out of the dark closet and seeing that it's just a dusty old teddy bear.
It really does. Once you share it with our community, you realize you aren't alone. We've all been kitchens and sheeps at some point.
Exactly. And speaking of making things feel smaller, wait until we get to part 4, where we talk about mini victories, and I give you the bravery challenge.
Is that where we celebrate just for showing up and trying? Because I'm ready for a party.
You bet. It's about shifting the goal from not making mistakes to connecting with another human being. That is the only goal that matters.
I'm starting to feel like a linguistic warrior now, Emma. My red face isn't a sign of shame anymore. It's a sign of effort and courage.
As it should be. Stick around for the final part, because we are going to wrap this up with a challenge that will change the way you speak English tomorrow.
A challenge? Oh, I love a good challenge. Stay with us, Fearless Family, to find out how you can test your new attitude in the real world today. Okay, Emma, I am officially pumped up. My dictionary is closed, my shield of laughter is ready, and my so what attitude is dialed up to 11. I'm feeling like I can talk to anyone now. But what is this final step? What is step 5?
Step 5 is the ultimate rule for life, Max. Connection over perfection. This is where we change the definition of success. Most learners think they are successful only if they speak with 100% perfect grammar. But in the real world, success is when the other person understands you.
So if the answer to "did they understand me" is yes, then I won the game? It's that simple?
Exactly. That is a mini victory. Think about it. If you went into a cafe, ordered a latte with oat milk, and you walked out with a latte with oat milk, you were 100% successful. Who cares if you used the wrong preposition? Who cares if your pronunciation of oat was a little bit smashy? You achieved your goal.
I know you guys watching must be thinking, but Max, I don't want to just survive a conversation. I want to be better. I want to be advanced. And listen to me, you will be. But the only way to reach advanced is to walk through the beginner and intermediate stages where you make lots of mistakes. You get better through using the language, not through hiding from it in your bedroom.
Precisely. Your brain is a magnificent machine. The more you speak, the more your brain naturally corrects itself in the background. It's like a software update that only happens when the program is running. If you never run the program, which means speaking, you never get the update.
On Real Life English with Podcasts, we have a saying, "A broken sentence that is spoken out loud is 100 times more powerful than a perfect sentence that stays trapped in your head." Because the spoken sentence built a connection. The silent sentence built a wall.
I love that, Max. I'm going to put that on a t-shirt. Now, family, it's time for the moment you've been waiting for. It's time for the bravery challenge.
Oh boy, here we go. I can feel the energy in the air. What do our listeners and viewers have to do today, Emma? Give us the mission.
Today, not tomorrow, not next week, I want you to go out into the world or go online into a chat room or a comment section and intentionally make a small mistake.
Wait, what? Emma, are you crazy? You actually want us to be wrong on purpose? After all these years of studying to be right?
Yes, absolutely. I want you to go into a conversation and intentionally use the wrong tense or pronounce a word slightly off, or use a simple word instead of a fancy one. And then, this is the most important part. I want you to watch what happens next.
Let me guess what happens. The sky doesn't fall down? The ground doesn't swallow us up?
Exactly. You will see with your own eyes that the other person doesn't scream. They don't call the English police. They don't point at you and laugh like a villain in a movie. Most of the time, they don't even notice. And if they do, they just keep the conversation going because they care about what you are saying, not how you are saying it.
That is a brilliant psychological trick. It's like exposure therapy. You are proving to your brain that there is no real danger. You are showing your fear center that a mistake is not a tiger trying to eat you. It's just a tiny fly that you can brush away.
Exactly. Once you realize the world won't end, you will start speaking with a level of freedom you have never felt before. You will finally be active.
If you are ready to take this challenge today, I want you to go to the comments right now and type, "I am brave." Let's see who in our global family is ready to level up their life. When I see those comments, it gives me so much energy.
And while you're down there, if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button for real-life English with podcasts. Join a community where mistakes aren't just okay, they are celebrated as signs of progress. We want to be the place where you come to feel strong and inspired.
I know you must be thinking you're the only one struggling with this fear, but just look at the comments around you. We are all in this together. From Brazil to Japan, from Pakistan to France, we are one big, beautiful, imperfect family learning together.
Remember, you are not your mistakes. You are a brave, intelligent human being learning one of the most complex skills on Earth. Be kind to yourself. Give yourself the same grace you would give to a friend.
This has been such an incredible episode, Emma. I feel 10 feet tall. So, what's the spicy topic for our next video?
Oh, Max, the next one is going to be a bit controversial. We're talking about the fluency illusion. We're going to discuss why watching 500 hours of English movies might actually be tricking your brain into thinking you're learning more than you actually are.
No way! But I love my movies. I spend all day on Netflix. I need to hear this. It sounds like another trap we need to escape.
I can't wait. Thank you so much for joining us today, everyone. You've got the tools, you've got the psychological shield, and you've got the mission. Now, go out there and be beautifully, loudly, and proudly imperfect.
We believe in you more than you know. Keep speaking, keep laughing, and keep being real.
Bye, everyone. See you in the next one.
See ya! Stay brave.